Hi, I'm Nelly and welcome to this Learning Bite on employee engagement. In this video, you will learn what employee engagement is, what the benefits of employee engagement are, and you'll learn 8 ways to increase employee engagement at your organization. But before we get started, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification button. Let's talk about employee engagement. What is employee engagement? Employee engagement is the involvement and enthusiasm of employees in their work and workplace. This means that engaged employees thrive at their organization and are committed to improving their work and impact. Employees who are highly engaged are enthusiastic about their day-to-day job. They care about the work they do, promote the values of the organization, and contribute more to the company culture. Also, if their role is customer-facing, engaged employees will take better care of customers. Typically, employee engagement is measured through an annual survey, but increasingly we see companies measuring engagement through more continuous pulse surveys. We'll discuss 8 ways to increase engagement later in this video, so stay tuned if you want to know how. But first, let's talk about why employee engagement is important. Are there any benefits to it? The short answer is yes. The long answer is also yes. Employee engagement has many benefits, both for the employee and for the organization. Employees who are engaged are more satisfied with their work and more committed to their organization. They also report higher levels of health and well-being, show more personal initiative, are more likely to actively learn new skills, and are much less likely to burn out. In addition, the top 25% of engaged employees are 41% less likely to be absent, at least 24% less likely to quit, and are involved in 70% fewer safety incidents compared to the lowest scoring engagement quartiles. This means that engaged employees are more involved in their work, feel more energetic, and when they work, they are also more likely to experience flow, which is a mental state in which they are fully involved in their work and time seems to pass quickly. In other words, their workday is over before they know it. Organizations also benefit from engagement. For instance, organizations that invest in an engaged workforce are more profitable. Organizations that invest in their employee engagement see an increase in profitability of up to 23%. Best Buy, a large electronics retailer, is a great example. They found that when employee engagement went up by 0.1 percentage point in a store, the store's annual operating income went up by $100,000. In other words, if engagement in a store went up from 60 to 65, revenue would increase by $5 million. Other advantages of an engaged workforce include higher customer loyalty, higher productivity, and lower employee turnover. Engagement in the organization. The employee engagement model is an easy way to visualize the concept. Think about it like this. Every person has needs and wants in their personal life. We all need to sleep, eat, and feel safe. We also want to have a sense of belonging, want to be respected by the people we love, and have a purpose in our lives. The same goes for our work life. Here, an employee's needs can be classified into 4 categories: basic needs, individual needs, teamwork needs, and a need for growth. Let's go through each of these. Basic needs. Basic work needs is about having the tools and knowledge necessary to perform the work. It answers questions like, do employees know what's expected of them at work? And do they have access to the material, equipment, and tools to be successful? Next in the pyramid, we have individual needs. Individual needs revolve around the environment employees need to perform at their best. Are employees encouraged to develop their skills and knowledge? Do they feel cared for by their manager? Do they receive regular recognition? And are they allowed to do what they do best every day? In short, for employees to feel engaged, they need a supportive environment. Next up are teamwork needs. We all know that teamwork can make the dream work, and this is true for engagement as well. Employees need to feel a sense of belonging at work. Do they, for example, have a best friend at work? Are their colleagues committed to delivering quality work? Further, Do they feel aligned with the mission of the organization? And do their opinions matter? And last, there is a growth need. Does the employee have the opportunity to learn and grow on a regular basis? Employees can grow through learning, but also through career advancements. In this case, growth for employees means growth for the organization. Organizations with the most engaged employees meet their employees' basic, individual, teamwork, and growth needs. But I hear you ask, how will you know if these needs are met? The best way to find out is to ask your employees. Before we talk about 8 ways to increase employee engagement, we should review on how to measure employee engagement. This is such a big topic that we made a separate video for that. So if you want to learn more about how to measure engagement, check out our video in the card above. How to increase employee engagement. Okay. Now you know what employee engagement is and what its many benefits are. Let's now look at how organizations can make their workforce more engaged. To explain this, we use the Job Demands Resources, or JDR model. According to the JDR model, engagement is created by giving employees job resources. The more resources they have, the more engaged they are. Conversely, when the demands of the job are too high, they burn out. Job resources form a buffer that helps to cope with high job demands. Take the job of a CEO. A CEO has a lot of mental and emotional demands placed on them to run the organization. But CEOs usually do fine because they have access to many job resources. They control their agenda, they have a lot of room to make decisions, have access to advisors and coaches, have a competent leadership team, are paid very well, and so on. All these resources form a buffer against the demands of the job. So to summarize, in any job, there are 2 processes at play. The health impairment process, where high levels of mental, physical, and emotional job demands create strain and health issues. The motivational process, where job resources such as social support, autonomy, and feedback lead to engagement and high job performance. So to improve engagement, a job needs to be challenging while the employer gives appropriate support. If we plot this on a 2x2, we see that employee engagement can be improved by working on both axes. If engagement is low due to high levels of stress or job demands, you can consider hiring additional employees to spread the workload, simplifying the job by removing responsibilities, removing time pressure by re-evaluating projects or extending their timelines, ensuring the people are better qualified to do their job so that the job becomes less demanding to them. If, on the other hand, the motivational process is not well developed and employees lack job resources, consider increasing autonomy by allowing more flexible working hours or a hybrid workplace, improving management practices by providing coaching, training team managers to provide more support to their teams, and providing development opportunities, which also are highly motivating and may, in the long run, decrease the perceived demands of the job. And there you have it, 8 tangible ways to improve work engagement, either by using the motivational process to increase job resources or reducing the health impairment process by reducing job demands. In this video, you learned about employee engagement and its benefits. You also learned how engagement changes through a motivational process and a health impairment process. And you learned how to leverage these processes with 8 simple employee engagement interventions. Now, there are many other ways to improve employee engagement that we haven't mentioned. What are ways that you think will make employees more engaged? Let us know in the comments below. And before you leave, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification button. See you next time.